Warriors is a great movie. It has badass characters, memorable gangs, a fun adventure through a gritty 70s New York, a villain who wants to play, and let's not forget that sweet soundtrack. But it's just too bad the movie received negative reviews when it released though, with some critics pointing out how it's not lively enough to be fun, and others commenting on the dialogue. Okay, fair enough, and while everybody has a right to their own opinion, I just don't get the reviews honestly. I've watched it tons of times and each time was better than the last, but obviously that's just my silly opinion. On a positive note, The Warriors is a cult classic, which is great, because it'd be a shame if the movie was forgotten about completely. Another positive is a video game of The Warriors was released in 2005, and today it's available on the PS4, just like GTA games and Bully. And hey Rockstar, while you're at it, put GTA 4 on there already. It's also 2018, so it can count as a 10-year anniversary or something. What I found when playing this game again was that it was so good to sit down and get back into it after being away for a while. I mean, I actually bought this game about 2 years ago, but through the last 10 years or so, I have come back to this game many times in all those years. I can't seem to get away from it. And in 2018, I find myself still enjoying it quite a lot, so it's pretty cool that I never seem to grow bored of the Warriors. And you know, outgrowing stuff can be depressing, because with certain video games, you want to enjoy them, but just can't because you've grown and changed and all that crap. But luckily, I haven't outgrown the Warriors at all. The game is actually much different than the movie though, which is probably obvious. It's the video game version of the movie. There will be a difference. But what I mean is it's actually a prequel to the movie, so while the movie opens with the Warriors at the meeting with Cyrus, the game opens with Rembrandt 3 months before the meeting, and he's the first warrior you play as in the game. It shows Rembrandt in this small area learning how to fight, and you must beat the crap out of these poor bums. This is pretty much a tutorial, and during this you'll see Cleon guide you through this. I guess Rembrandt is a newcomer to the Warriors, at least in the video game, whereas in the movie we don't see any of this. And I actually don't know if the video game story is the official storyline, but I like to think it is because it works so well. And we get to know each member more, especially Cleon since he gets killed right at the beginning of the movie. But in the game, Cleon plays a much larger role, and to be honest, I probably know his character from the video game much more than his character from the movie. But I do wish we could have seen him more in the movies. I mean, there are deleted scenes you can find on YouTube, so at least that's something. Anyway, let's talk about the gameplay. I don't think Rockstar was going for a realistic approach to the gameplay. Maybe to a certain extent, but it feels more arcadey to me, which is a smart way of going about things. I mean, it's a video game centered around mostly fighting, and with that, you want it fast and to the point. So with an arcadey beat-em-up feel to it, it actually works really well in the game. I love bashing somebody's head off a wall, throwing somebody into a glass window, smashing beer bottles off of somebody's face, throwing objects such as bricks at somebody. And while this doesn't exactly do the gameplay justice, I really love doing stuff like that. In the game, obviously. There are different controls for different moves too. I call them moves because of wrestling games, so sorry. It's pretty easy to pick up though, and when you get the hang of the controls, I think you'll have an enjoyable time mashing buttons and doing all kind of moves. Which, by the way, look and sound so satisfying when you pull them off, along with other stuff such as smashing beer bottles off of some poor bastard's face. It looks awesome, but it also sounds awesome. The audio in the gameplay really helps things feel even more brutal, and I love it.
Rockin' all right.
Nice one.
During gameplay, you'll also have commands you can give to the warriors, such as watch my back, mayhem, scatter, and more.
Take him out.
This is great because if you're doing stuff like beating the crap out of somebody, all of you can jump in and have fun with mindless violence. Now isn't that just exciting? But yeah, the command feature is important because these misfits will get up to all kinds of shit, so sometimes discipline is in order. Other cool things to do in gameplay is breaking into stores and stealing stuff, which turn into money if you steal stuff like jewelry. But you must pick a lock before entering, which is this little mini game right here. Just press X 3 times and you can all be dirty thieves. Sometimes you'll find an item called Flash, which is health, and you'll see how many you have right here, along with paint. Also, if your fellow warrior dies, you can revive them by sharing your Flash with them, and they'll wake up from the dead. But don't worry, they'll revive you too if you die, so yay! You're all a bunch of zombies in the game. Of course, you'll find paint too, as you can tag the place with the letter W, so your enemies will know you were here. It's pretty fun, just follow the line to the end, and there you go, the letter W. Oh man, that's so badass! After each mission, you'll appear at your safe house, where you'll see the other warriors there talking, and radio will be playing too. I love that, it's so badass, and in a weird way, it's adorable. I mean, just look at all of them, with their little outfits and 70s hairstyles. So cute. There are things to do in here though, such as exercising, replaying missions, and playing the Rumble mode, which have different game modes such as one-on-one, where it's 2 gangs against each other. Wheels of Steel where you race, but in a wheelchair. Because why not? Some do require multiplayer, so you can get a friend to join you in the carnage. But yeah, the Rumble mode is still a lot of fun for me, especially with a friend. I am so glad I'm still able to enjoy this game and all of its gruesome and brutal violence, along with a fun adventure with your members like Swan, Cleon, Ajax, Rembrandt, Cowboy, Snow, and many more. The gameplay offers so much to do, such as mugging somebody, breaking into stores, stealing car radios, tagging, a wonderful sound design,
Just stay there, man.
and an excellent combat system. I love the fact that this game is also a prequel and how it leads up to the meeting with Cyrus, and to me, I truly do see it as if it was a part of the movie.
What makes a game's rep heavy is how many suckers you can wreck. You ready to test your skills?
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Also, Rockstar did a tremendous job with making scenes from the movie in the game, even going as far as having some of the actors from the movie voice their characters in the game. Plus, when you see it in a side-by-side comparison, it's really impressive, and it shows the dedication that was put into this game. So thank you, Rockstar. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time, but for now, please, take...